What is going on, you guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Joe Hagan, and I've just kind of decided to do something different and start a YouTube channel. It's really interesting to me because over the course of my life, I'll never forget the first time I ever went on YouTube. And I think the first video I ever saw was probably something you guys have all seen. I think it was like a Shane Dawson video or something like that. Um, and I never thought I would actually be posting content on YouTube until a couple months ago when I learned some really interesting information in terms of businesses they were able to start. And one of those businesses is creating YouTube videos, monetizing them, and then creating a stream of income off of passive videos that get watched on your channel. So what I'm really interested in doing is creating a fan base of people who are interested in learning about success, how to be a business owner, how to be an entrepreneur. And I'm also just going to be 100% honest with what has worked for me and what I'm working on right now. So I'm, like I said, Joe Hagan. I'm a business owner currently. I also have a 9 to 5 job. And on top of that, actually, I have multiple businesses that I run. But this whole journey really started for me back after I graduated from college. I, just like everybody else, was pretty unsure of what I wanted to do. And my parents kind of pushed me towards the idea of being in the finance world. And so I went and started talking to some family friends who were financial advisors, and they were very, very successful. They had their own practice. Their firm was that they had about $1 billion under management, and I started to realize the opportunity that existed for people who started their own business rather than people who worked for a large, corporate company, Fortune 500, Fortune 100, whatever it might be, because of so in terms of how hard you're going to work. Some of the sayings of being an entrepreneur is you'll work 80 hours a week just so you don't have to work 40 for somebody else. And that's so true. And so when I started my business as a financial advisor, because I ended up, getting a job at, I'm not going to say the brokerage firm, but it was one of the larger broker dealers in the country and still is. It really taught me everything about hard work. And guys, I did this for about a year and a half. I made 100 phone calls a day, tried to book meetings with people. I would go to networking events after, I'd drive all the way to the city, go to networking events, try and meet people and network. And it was crazy. I ended up working most weeks. I would work about 90 to 100 hours. And I didn't take a day off for about a year and a half. I didn't take a vacation. I didn't take a single day off, even when I was sick. And I started to lose my mind. And it was around the year, right around a year of being at the company and starting my own business. I just started to realize, first of all, that market seems to be diminishing a lot. And so looking at the future of it, I wasn't sure that spending all this time and effort building a financial practice would be as lucrative in the long run as maybe it was 20 years ago. So with all those things in mind, another hurdle I really ran into while working for this firm was in the finance world. There are so many strict regulations around advertising your business or your services. So with that being said, the number one way that people really get their business out there through advertising, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even have a Facebook page. I couldn't have a Twitter. I couldn't have an Instagram. I literally was not allowed to have any of those things. And that put me at a serious disadvantage. And every time I'd go on Instagram or Facebook, I'd see all these young people, saying they're making a bunch of money online, doing different things. I never really looked into it too much until, like I said, about a year into my career. I was just so fed up. I had a day where I was just like, I went home, and I'm sure almost everyone watching this has maybe had this point in their life where they go to Google and they say, how can I make money online? So I Google it and I start reading through, pages and pages. And of course, you probably end up at a bunch of ClickFunnels, landing pages, people trying to sell their course to you. And that's exactly what I did. I just started buying all these courses for, you name it, like affiliate marketing, drop shipping, Amazon FBA. It was like, driving Lyft, whatever it was, or flipping products. Flipping sneakers, everything. I bought a course on everything, guys. And the reason I did that is because I had no idea what was even out there. And a lot of the people who are, excuse me, a lot of the people who are selling these courses, they definitely know what they're doing, but the majority of the time, they're not going to tell you the whole story. They're not going to tell you exactly how, they're making their money, or there always seems to be a little something that's missing from the equation when you buy a course from one of these guys, which seems to be like the one step further in order to be super successful, and they always keep it to themselves. But I kind of love that about these courses, because once I became successful, I started to realize that if you don't have, I could sit here and tell someone, write a book about everything you would need to do to be successful, and I guarantee almost nobody would do it. I guarantee, even if this was like guaranteed, like you were guaranteed to make $1 million if you just executed on this, it's crazy, dude. The majority of people don't do it, or if they are, passionate enough to do it, if you tell them absolutely everything, if you do leave out that one little piece, even though it's like the final, lap of the race, they aren't willing to try hard enough to figure it out on their own. And I was like the 1% of people who was like going to try hard enough to make it work. Like I treated it, every business like I started, I treated it like I wasn't going to be able to eat tomorrow if I didn't make a sale, and I didn't make this website so clean, so professional looking, I wasn't going to be able to eat tomorrow. And I was acting this way even when I had a full-time job. I was making good money, but that's the way my head was thinking. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to blow my money on, all my friends are asking me to go out and drink. No, man, instead of spending $100 this weekend, I'm going to spend $100 on my business or advertising my business, and I'm going to double my money. So after creating a bunch of different businesses, I quickly started to realize I was having the most success and was the most interested in drop shipping through Shopify. So I remember the first website I ever made on Shopify was, it was like the worst product. I really didn't know much about the course that I bought. Really didn't go over like how to find products that were great. And even if they do, it usually takes like 15 to 20 products for you to test before you're going to find like true success. Sorry, guys. So I tested like 20 products, and then I remember I was with my buddy, and I had just launched a Facebook campaign, advertising campaign, and I'm sitting with my laptop just like this, and I have my Shopify page open, and on the back end, you're actually able to go in and like see all, if someone's on your website, if they're checking out, if they bought from you, where in the world they are. It's pretty cool. So I remember we're just chilling there. We're like watching YouTube and on my TV, and then like my laptop is down here. The Facebook ad got approved, and I don't know what happened. Still to this day, I don't know what happened, but the product we were selling blew up in front of us. Within like 5 minutes after the ad got approved, we had, and I have a video of this somewhere on my phone, we had every like 10 minutes, we had like 50 to 100 people checking out and buying our product. And we did a free plus shipping campaign before that. Facebook doesn't let you do it anymore, but we used to do, we were selling makeup brushes. And the reason we wanted to sell makeup brushes is, in terms of products, it doesn't need any explaining. It's not complicated. Everyone knows what it is and what it does. We knew our target market was, for the most part, women. And we knew what age category to target, because we wanted to target people who had a little bit of money, and who were also a little bit younger. And so there was no guesswork. It was like, it's an easy target market to go after. So We build out the website. It blows up. I mean, it literally blows up. The first day we launched ads, we made like $1,800. Um, it was insane. I've never ever in my life been so excited. I like didn't know what to do, and so and it was funny because at that time the only thing you ever think about is like getting your first sale or getting your first few sales. You don't even like worry about how to fulfill the orders. You're like, and then I remember I had to call my mentor at the time, and I was just like freaking out. It was pretty interesting, but the next day it got even better. We made like $1,900, and that wasn't profit. That was just sales. Like we were making, we're probably making, our margins were like 35 to 40%. So we're probably making $900, $800 a day. And the next day, same thing, same thing, same thing. It just kept going and going and going and going. And that was an awesome experience. It lasted for about a month, and then it dropped off. And for whatever reason, we tried to launch more campaigns, and that product never really caught fire again like it did. So, and then also, one of the reasons I got really sick of